We're coming to the end of 2023, and I am delighted to be here because it's been one of those extremely interesting years. And one thing that's becoming extremely clear to me is that in that quest for success, on that track of impact and ambition, in addition to all the action that you may be taking, one piece of the puzzle that is often missing when it comes to high achieving, phenomenally intelligent, generous women is stepping into stillness, is leveraging the power of the retreat. There is a time to be out and about and shining, because when you shine, the world can find you. Absolutely. There is a time to be in productivity and activity, because manifestation also has a component of action. And there is a time when, especially as women, we get to go into what I'm just going to call a figurative cave, or a space when we turn inwards and we truly ask ourselves the questions that determine whether we are on track, but not on track with somebody else's external goal, on track with the beat of our own heart. Are we in alignment? I remember once I'd been on one of those runs, and I've been on that run for several months. And at some point, I simply felt like I was burning out, and I did not want to burn out because I burned out before, and it was not pretty. And I decided to stop. I decided to go on this retreat. It was in Cornwall. Best decision ever. That pause, that stepping away from all the busyness, that giving myself the space and the gift of introspection in an environment that was high vibrational was extraordinary. And this is why I've just completed a mini retreat for some phenomenal women. And it almost brought tears to my eyes, the incredible shifts that were occurring as they responded to the questions. Because the quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions that you are asking yourself. And so my question to you is, are you completely clear when you look at all domains in your life of which are the ones that matter the most to you? Are you clear when you look at those domains to what level you are truly satisfied if you're not settling? Because when you leverage the power of seeing, also known as awareness, and you go on to step into surrender, also known as acceptance, then you're in a space where you're not either in unconsciousness or in resistance. You can then look at what is. And when you truly accept what is, where have you landed at the end of 2023? What were your wins, the big and the small ones? Where are the spaces where you think, that gets a shift if I truly want to achieve my goal? Now you're in a position to activate the resources required for you to become she who has her goal. In this retreat space I mentioned, it's not about sitting there and planning some business strategy of all the content creation and sales strategy you're going to have to put into place. Not at all. Not to say those are not important. It's truly stepping into understanding the identity. The identity piece is very, very essential, because when you shift your identity, you shift your destiny. And this identity piece is something that you've been creating to a large extent quite unconsciously. It's going to take some conscious introspection some conscious seeing, surrendering, and shifting for that identity to shift as well. And the shifting is intentional. But how do you know your true intent if you can't listen to the beat of your heart? Which is why there is such power in retreating. There is such power in stepping into stillness. And for anyone who truly has a big, audacious goal for 2024, my invitation to you is before the year ends, gift yourself with space so that you can tune into what were my great wins, acknowledge what were the spaces that I did not quite make the cut that I had set myself, and what is my intention going into the new year. As a friend of mine said, if you start thinking about the new year in January, you're probably going to waste about 2 months. Start thinking about that new year now. Start planting the seeds now. It's like just before you go to bed. It's very, very powerful to plant your desires because your subconscious mind is working on that whilst you're asleep. Use the same imagery before you go into 2024. Get clear on what it is that you want to have, what it is that you would love to do to have it, and most importantly, who is it that you are prepared to be in order to have what it is that you desire. These questions are questions that you get to answer in stillness when you are connected with yourself, where you release the old, where you step into true relaxation, where you reconnect with your true self and walk to the beat of your own heart, where from that space you re-envision the world bigger, better, more beautiful, where you step into the understanding that joy is not something that comes from outside, but you generate joy. And from this space, you receive abundantly. And I want to add a 7th R, which I don't usually add. It's a little gift. When you release, relax, reconnect, re-envision, rejoice, and receive, you rule your world. You're operating from sovereignty. You're operating as a phenomenal feminine being that's no longer on the hustle and the bustle and the scarcity mentality, but understands that when she shifts her vibration, she becomes a magnet for all that she desires. And that, my friends, is the work. In any case, gift yourself the power of a retreat in any form that you can take it before the year. Book yourself into a hotel room. Clear your home for a while. Get into a bedroom and spend a few hours there. Listen to music you love and journal. And ask yourself high-power questions. And in those answers, do not settle for anything less than makes you tingle with joy. You deserve a life that you celebrate. You get to become she who has what she wants. Love and light.